What's going on, guys? So today's video is going to be on my experience, or my first time experience at Road Atlanta, at least driving. I've done some ride-alongs, I've done some spectating at grid life and whatnot, but driving this course, this track, is pretty frightening. I'm recording this intro after already doing most of the edit, and yeah, I had a lot of difficulty trying to figure out the whole mic and talking over the audio and whatnot, but I think I got it pretty squared away. Hopefully when I do finish the upload and it's all rendered and everything, it'll play back pretty good. And I do want to cover a few things in regards to like what you should do to your car before track day. Granted, most people probably watching this video are already pretty experienced there, and honestly I'm not. I'm just going to simply sum it up as really prep your car. Don't go into it thinking your car is bulletproof. My biggest, I would say, tip I could give to anybody: really focus on yourself as far as safety goes, you know, whether that means a roll cage, some seats, harness, whatever, fire extinguisher, those kind of things. So take care of yourself first before you get too in depth with your modifications into power or whatever. And then of course next on the list would be, kind of at the same time, I would focus on brakes, tires, and cooling, right? Radiator, ducting, whatever. Those three things right there make a big deal. Doesn't matter what kind of power you have in your car. If you can't cool it down, if you can't stop the car, well, what good is it around a track, you know? And Road Atlanta it's a good time. It's a very fast track, very demanding. The clips you're gonna see today are kind of just gonna be hit or miss. I was experiencing a lot of difficulties with my GoPro, which is also why I switched over to the Osmo Action for this purpose right here, vlogging, and it's also an action camera, so it's a 2-for-1 deal, right? And for anyone not familiar with the track, I'll kind of pan my camera right now over a track map. So this is Road Atlanta. Obviously, you're going to start at the red arrow coming into turn 1 right here. Turns 2, 3, and 4 were probably the hardest for some reason to me to try to set up the car properly. You'll see in one of the clips, it was on the second day, where I kind of got a pretty good line. Even the instructor gave me the thumbs up, like, hey, that's what you want to do, whatever. The section's back here, right? So turn 7 through 10A, that's basically the back straight. That's where you're gonna be carrying a lot of speed, pretty much topping your car out if it's got the power for it. Everyone's, you know, running out of gear there. Unfortunately, because of my braking situation, knowing that the pedal, I was getting a lot of fade. I was kind of getting that like mushy pedal feeling, and I just didn't trust them anymore after even just a few sessions out there. I would be, and you can see in the videos, I'm already in D-cell, just coasting like 120 miles an hour all the way down. I probably started braking around like the 500 meter mark. Normally you want to start braking around 200 or 300 in this little area here. But I was braking so early to play it safe. I didn't want to put my car in the sand. It's a huge fail on my part, but hey, lessons learned, and next time I go out there, I will be more prepared. That's kind of an overview of the track. I'll go ahead and start playing the video now. It'll be me kind of voicing over some of the parts of the video just to kind of like keep you in the loop of what's going on. Let's go ahead and get the video started. Alright, so it's Saturday morning, about to go out on the track to warm up. Then we're going to fast forward to later on in the day. This is about the second session, I believe. The first session I was following my instructor, but here he's now riding the car with me, kind of just helping me out, learning the lines and whatnot. This is HPD 1, so you're not allowed to pass whenever you want to. There are only certain sections of the track you have to be pointed by the person in front of you to know that you can go past them. Nothing really too exciting here, just kind of cruising, learning, whatever. About to be some Snapchat footage coming up pretty soon. It's kind of grainy. Couldn't get the cropping right for this part of the video, so I just kind of made that short and sweet to the point. That part of the track though, the S's, that's probably the funnest section of the track by far. I doubt there's anything more enjoyable than going through the S's, you know, foot to the floor. Here's some pit noises and whatnot. And the good old Michelin Man, hell yeah. So this is later on in the day, just getting off track. The instructor's kind of going over some things I did wrong. I did like cross over some type of entry zone. I can't remember. It looked like a straight shot, so I just, you know, drove right over the lines. But you know, no harm, no foul. it is pretty funny. Right here we park, and Mike, my instructor, is asking about the window vents. I demonstrate that. And look at this man, he's just so gentle, he barely pushes them out. Like, he really cares about taking care of the window, even though I'm telling him to, like, just slap it the hell out of there. Here's later on in the day, a little bit more of an open track. I was able to get some space in between me and the cars out on the course. Here's 10A, right? You were literally kind of, like, yeah, I came in too hot right there. You see the car kind of, the back end comes out. I also stated at that point in time that I wasn't trusting the brakes anymore, even though I already felt that way most of the day. But right there, I was really having a good time and just came in too hot. That's coming up right here. A little quick picture of Mike, my instructor's car. I'm gonna throw his Instagram and his YouTube up here so you can link to his channels. Very cool guy. If you stay tuned to the end of the video, you'll see where he actually runs over his own windows. I didn't say that wrong. He actually drives over his own windows, but you'll see that later on. Alright, so this is my ride along with Mike in his NC Miata. We're chasing a K-swap Civic. As you can see, it's got a little bit of power. He's definitely got the room he needs to kind of leave Mike behind on straightaways and whatnot. But coming up here to turns 1, 2, 3, 4, Mike had a little bit better of a line. Civic threw in the point by so he could pass him, and Mike chose to take the rumble strips. It's like a ramp right here. You'll see it coming up pretty soon. Right here. And that was just awesome. I know my car would have probably bottomed out or just something crazy, but that man just did not care. Full-blown track car, and at least for sure 2, maybe 3 tires got off the ground, but it's something you can't put into words. You just had to be there for that. But I'm gonna be quiet now, let y'all listen to this NC ripping around the track and whatnot, and I'll chime back in here in a second. So yeah, good stuff. I've learned a lot just from watching his videos on my off time, just to kind of take in how he was hitting the track and whatnot. He did say he has about 100 or so laps on this track in iRacing, so I'm slowly getting into the process of wanting to build my own simulator to do all the same thing, right? Because that would definitely help with a lot of this. But now we're about to fast forward to end of first day. These are just some photos from when my radiator cracked open, and yeah, I lost a lot of coolant right here. Then you're gonna see where we were doing the radiator swap at night. No big deal, you know, just do what you gotta do out here. Then the next day, going to one of my classroom sessions before going on the track to rip it once more. This race right here was going to be super sick, but unfortunately someone got in an accident early on. This was the very first lap of the race right here, but someone got in an accident, and it basically expired the whole time for the race, so all the cars had to come back in, and we didn't get to witness anything super crazy. Alright, so right here is the back straight on the second day. If you look down at the coolant temps, you can see the needle starting to climb to the right. Of course, I told the instructor, hey, we got a pit. And then here's me crying about it because as soon as I got off the track, it's back down to normal. Didn't overheat, but I was just expressing my concerns for trusting the stock gauges to, you know, accurately display to temps at all times.
It could be at 250, but it then starts to make the needle climb, but it's already been at 250.
And then we're back out here full send. This is, I think, the last session of the last day. I almost decided to pack it up and go home, but I wanted to come out here one more time and just really try to hit it pretty hard. I got this section coming up finally, 2, 3, and 4.
Beautiful. That was it, finally.
Which of course gave me a big ego boost, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna rip it now. By all means, I am not a great driver at all. Just watching some of this stuff kind of makes me cringe. There's a lot of things I'm already seeing, like cam on the throttle too late, or braking too long, or braking too early. But all this footage will pay off down the road when I'm, looking back at this after I've been to the track again, and I'm getting better at the course. And if you're watching right here, you can see with the boost gauge, it'll start dropping off. I'll go into vacuum right here, super early, just coasting, already on the brakes, just scared out of my mind, like, are they gonna fail and I'm gonna end up in the sand, or I'll slow down in time. Nerve-wracking experience for sure. And here's the checkered flag for the last session of the day. Good times. So these photos were taken right before we got our cars back on the trailers, and pay attention to where Mike's windows are right now. He went to go move his car. I didn't get to film it, but you'll see where he ran over his windows. I had to run up real quick. He was very quick to get out of the scene before I catch him in the act. But it's a race car, so it happens. And of course I had to bomb the trailer on the longboard just for laughs, Thanks for watching, guys. Drop in the comments your opinions of the track, or if you've been there before, what's your personal best. And also let me know if anybody is a member of NASA, if you're going to be in any of these Southeast track days, whatever, whether it's at Roebling, Sebring, and you name it. I know they kind of go all over the place, but I do plan to be attending as many track days as I can this coming up season. So I'll catch you guys next one.